जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी। माथे पार तिलक सोहे मूस के सवारी। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी। माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूस के सवारी। पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा। लड्डुओं का भोग लगे शांत करे सेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। आंधे को आंख देत खुंदिन को काया। भंजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। आंधे को आंख देत खुंदिन को काया। भंजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा। Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Surya. That was a lovely song, Ganapati Bappa Moria. Next, I request Vijay Lakshmi Auntie to help with lighting the lamp. Rajnikant's mother, Auntie, can you please help us with lighting the lamp?
Amazing tradition with tech. Huh?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Rajnikant. The name makes magic, right? Is it the name that makes magic, or the people having the name making that magic? So when I think about superstar Rajnikant, the actor, and my good friend Rajnikant, I saw a lot of similarities. So before we start the session, I thought, let me quickly compare the 5 similarities I have between both the Rajnikants. Okay, so let's see who is looking good out of these two.
Of course, they're right.
Of course.
Of course, our Rajnikant.
Of course, our Rajnikant, but ask Hindu once again.
No, I think both. I will say both.
No, Hindu's vote doesn't count here. It's only our votes.
So both are magnetic, both are magical. We will conclude with that. So what are the 5 similarities? So both are loved by people, right? Star Rajinikanth has a lot of fans, and our friend Rajinikanth have a lot of fans in the industry and in the family with the friends. And Rajinikanth moved from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and make a big mark. Okay, our friend Rajinikanth moved from Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and made a big mark. Okay.
That's a good one, Subbu.
Lovely.
And both are committed and have high work ethic. Okay, so I am of course I didn't get a chance to interact with the superstar Rajinikanth, the actor, but I am fortunate to spend close to 9 years. This is my 10th year of friendship with Rajinikanth. I have seen him how much committed he are and how much the kind of work ethic he has. So I can see the similarity with both of them. And both do magical performance, right? How many of you saw the movie Badshah? How many times? At least I saw 5 times. How many of you saw less than 5 times, right? We see Badshah again and again, right? So similarly, people who attend our friend Rajinikanth's training program, they want to have his programs again and again. In Walmart Labs, this is the 6th year Rajini were doing the program. Is it right, Rajini?
Yes, Subbu, yes.
6th year, okay? So the HR people changed, the leadership people changed, but the trainer was not changed, okay? Continuously is taking again and again. That shows his performance and high work ethic, okay? The last point, can anybody tell me what is the last point? Any guess? 5th similarity. Guesses?
Both are not getting into politics.
Not getting into politics. Good one. That is
Both don't seem to age.
okay.
Both have wonderful attracting power.
Okay.
Right? See.
Friends, keep going.
Simplicity.
Simplicity. You can hear. You're muted. Yeah.
They both
No,
have,
I think
I think
both have their wives supporting them, being the
Hey,
backup.
thank you,
Yes.
Kichechi.
strong life partners.
Your bingo. The 5th one is they are supported by smart, powerful, intelligent life partners. Okay. So those
Thanks, Subbu.
are the 5 similarities I have with Rajinikanth. And next, I would like to go with our chief guest. I'm glad to invite our chief guest. Before I invite them, let me give a small intro about them. Ranga and Meena. We fondly call them Ranga and Meena. Ranga and Meena are co-founders of Inside Out Foundation, and the foundation helps people in giving literacy to their financial freedom. They help a lot of entrepreneurs, and Meena is passion is on organic way of living, open terrace garden. She do a lot of open terrace garden initiatives, and they have a very special program called Mahacharya. So they want to make high impact trainers. They both are themselves high value, high impact trainers in the industry for more than 2.5 decades, and done thousands of training programs across the country and across the world. So they want to make more trainers, and glad that many of the Mahacharya certified trainers are in this particular forum. And currently, Ranga focuses on having the mentoring transformation initiatives. There is a Telegram group. If you go to Telegram and just type mentoring transformation, you can join that group. And Meena is going to launch her own channel and a group called Grow Joyfully. Okay, how on the OTG initiatives. So that's how they're going to contribute to the world. Already they're doing a lot of good works. So they are our chief guests for today. And I request the chief guest to launch the book. So over to you, Ranga and Meena.
Thank you very much. Thanks for a lovely introduction. It's really a delightful moment to be here to open, to be the first one to inaugurate the magical presentation book by our Rajinikanth. Okay.
So thank you very much. It's a very, very, very proud moment for Ranga and myself and all of us, I think. And we are indeed feeling very, very honored. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. So, Meena, can you in front of the camera lift it up? Yeah. So, as I am opening this in a reusable manner, right? So, because Meena is a lot into reuse and all that, so you really, I don't have the permission to break open anything. So,
when we say reuse, use it again and again and again. And when I was reading this book, there are some books where you just read it one shot and then you don't look at it again. Some books, after the first chapter, there's a speed breaker and you don't proceed. There are some books you read and then you go back to that book again and again and again because some point strikes you or something you need and you know you can get from this book. Rajni's book falls in this third category. So it's a highly reusable book.
yeah, here it is. So join.
Thank you, Ranga and Meena. Thank you so much.
Very appealing. Even the cover page, I don't know who designed it. Very, very, very appealing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Designed it, Rajni, the cover page?
This is designed by Notion Press, Meena.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hearty congratulations. I'm wishing you many more books. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ranga. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
A few words from you, Ranga or Meena.
Definitely, Subbu. Thank you very much. We might take a few minutes, okay? It's going to be a kind of shared discussions between me and Ranga because we have read the book. Ranga, I think a book on presentation itself has to present itself very well. And I found it very appealing. And as I said, highly reusable and very value adding. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I still remember your 450-page book on graphical user interface by Charles Petzold, which did not have even a single visual. It had only text. So what a contradiction it is. The book talks about graphical user interface, but doesn't have any pictures. So I think when Rajni presented this book, the first thought that came to my mind was, is it really presented well? And I think it was presented fabulously. Absolutely fantastic, very easy to read, and it's amazing.
It's like walking the talk because every principle that he had talked about, maybe a storytelling, let's say, every chapter had storytelling, and it was simple and very effective.
True. Absolutely.
It's a very proud thing for me because it's a Make in India product by a proud, wonderful Indian.
Exactly.
How do you feel about it?
I feel absolutely amazed about this because the moment you say presentation skills, everybody keeps referring to, Brian Tracy and a whole lot of other people who are all Westerners. But today we have a fantastic book by an Indian that we can refer. I think every person in this room who is attending this event should proudly promote this book to say that this is by an Indian. And I think it gives a very highly, deeply Indian context to the whole topic. I think it's definitely a very proud moment. Yes, absolutely. Great point. Yeah.
Next point is, being a technology trainer, I'm used to reading big fat books, including Charles Petzold. But then when I saw this book, I said it's small, easy to read. But when I saw the number of chapters, it said 31 chapters. But then I found pleasantly that every chapter has got not more than 1 or 2 or 3 pages, crisply explaining one aspect to the point with a lot of storytelling. Did you notice that?
In fact, one of the key aspects of presentation skills that I've been teaching for several years is in every paragraph, in every slide, there should not be more than one idea. Then it becomes very difficult for audience to grasp. So this is one of the key principles of presentations. I'm so happy to see that that's being actually implemented here, because the walking the talk is very important. Everything that we talk about in somewhere need to be also implemented. When I saw that implemented, I felt very thrilled about it. Not every chapter is just 2 pages, and it just has usually one idea to.
Absolutely, and the storytelling. So it's very easy to read and very easy to dwell upon it, introspect upon it. Just for one day, you can just look at that chapter alone, and you can see how you can relate it to the presentations that you make.
Very, very true. In
I
fact,
found it very useful.
Starting from Mahabharata and Ramayana, it's all stories, right? I mean, I think the power of stories is so important. This morning, we were having a book review of a book, and Subbu only presented that book. I think the first point he made was that all the case studies, all the stories, everything was American context based, and so we will not be able to relate to it. So pleasantly, engaging here in this book. because it's all Indian stories, it's all Indian context, and I'm sure every Indian will be able to connect with the stories and powerful examples. Amazing, amazing.
One more aspect that I found interesting in this book is that many people think presentation means being very exuberant and being able to use the best of the language, and then they can talk their way through. But I think the core, which is the structure, sequence, and the content, and the way you deliver it in terms of your maintaining eye contact with audience and your walk and everything. So I think both have been given balanced presentation in this book. Both are equally important.
True, absolutely. It is always substance and style, they say, no? And the key word here is neither substance nor style. The key word here is and. It's never one at the cost of another. So in fact, when I got the book, a copy of the book, the first thing I was looking for in the book is Rajinikanth talking about the difference between participation and engagement in terms of audience, particularly in a digital medium. When you're talking about, it's important to engage the people completely. So is he really talking about it? Has he given adequate importance to it? And I was so happy to see that he has given a lot of importance to difference between participation and engagement. And how to engage people in a digital context. I think it's a very powerful input that is required for all of us.
I think there is one chapter which is very, very highly relevant, is how do you do participation during remote presentations, where there is really nothing like eye contact or walking, etc., which are being discussed in other topics. I think in today's context, it makes very good reference, actually. Well, I was also looking at somebody, who looks at the book not by the content, by reading, by looking at maybe the cover or even the TOC, the contents. And I found the contents, even though number of 31 chapters, but I found that each one of them had a very catchy, meaningful, and effective naming convention. Very nice, Rajni. I think, so if I want to learn about stage walk, I just go there and then I read about it.
Exactly.
In fact, I did read about it. In stage walk, he has talked about caged tiger. And immediately I told Ranga, do you remember our professor who used to do international finance? High topic, very technical topic. And he used to walk from here to here, here to here, here to here. And all of us used to get distracted other than a few of us who took diligent notes. Remember that? So it's very important to have these kind of catchy titles, to hook the people and not disappoint them, but delight them with very strong content in a storytelling style.
Yeah.
I think that's very effectively done. Catch the people, hook the people, and also see the value add, provide the value add. I think Rajni has done a wonderful job in that also.
Thank you.
Do you remember another professor called S. Ranganathan? Because he's talking about walking in one of the feet follow the eyes.
V. Ranganathan.
V. Ranganathan, yeah.
I am S. Ranganathan.
Yeah. I think I don't remember where, but I remember feet following the eyes. He used to stand literally at the edge of the podium and all the students will be looking at when he will fall, and he has never fallen once, and he used to teach us microeconomics. But we used to look at only his feet, when he is going to fall and when we will burst out laughing. So wonderful tips actually. Can relate to actually many of our experiences that we have gone through. So it's a highly relatable book. Another point is I wanted to ask about the credibility rub-off, which I think is one of your favorite topics.
Yes.
Does Rajini, the presenter, provide credibility to the book, or will the book provide credibility to Rajini's programs? What's your thinking on this?
I think we always talk about credibility being a magnetic kind of an effect, right? One affects another and so on and so forth, right? I always ask a question in my mind when when I walk to a bookstore and I see a lot of books, and let's assume this book is also kind of stacked, okay? It's kept. In an airport, I go and I keep it here and I see it. What will make me pick the book first? That was a question that I had. Right? Is it the Rajini's photo here, or is it the very name Rajinikanth, or is it the magical word, which is a very important word in the title? And I think it's a combination of all, right? And then as a book reader, as a book lover, what I do next is I go to the TOC and I take a look at whether the content is something that's striking me. Then I flip through the book, and I think all the aspects of this have been very beautifully taken care. At least for me, a very thick book puts me off. So because I actually have my own pillows, I don't need thick books. So to me, it was wonderful that the book is very nice, small, tiny, and it's very effective. Right?
I'm going to take a mild dig on Rajani, because I'm a technical presenter doing a lot of high-end technology programs to highly strong techies day in and day out. I've done it. So I was wondering what's in it for me for technology training. Unfortunately, I found it in a slightly, shall I say, non-positive context. It's on Curse of Knowledge. Let me read out. 75.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen with many technical presenters. Sorry, Rajni, I don't agree with you. Technical presentations can be boring even for technical audience. Yes, it can be if not presented well. Technical presenters tend to present all that they know, a bias known as curse of knowledge. Well, this is not true only for technical trainer. Actually, it can be true for anybody, right? So you yourself are a technical person. So that is just said on a lighter vein, but what you said has a lot of value in it. Okay. Now, last but not the least, I think Rajani has written this book, yes, but behind the front end, there's a whole lot of sweating and slogging that is done by a lot of people. I was so happy to see the preface where he has expressed his gratitude to everyone. Having father-in-law, mother, spouse, wife, definitely, and a mentor, and even children to act as cheerleaders. I think all of them come only because of God's grace. And I think Rajani has that in plenty.
Absolutely.
Right? Without that, it cannot have happened.
Yes.
So my heartiest congratulations to all, the entire family, and your near and dear. I don't know who else made it happen, Rajani. My thanks to everybody, because this is a wonderful contribution to the world. And you and your team, consisting of all these people near and dear, have made it happen.
Absolutely. And in fact, Subbu was asking what is the commonality between the other Rajani and this Rajani. And I think if you see one big commonality between the two is in every one of their articulation, every one of their communication that they make to the world, they express a great sense of gratitude to what has been given to them, right? There is no high-headedness, there is no ego, but there is a sense of explicit expression of gratitude. And I think that itself will take a person to totally new heights. So that's there in abundance in Rajani, and I think you should maintain that, Rajani. To be honest, I'll tell you my experience in the last so many years. No content anywhere in the world is original. I'm serious about this statement. No content anywhere in this world is original. Everything was already there, is already there in this cosmos. We just happen to assemble them, right, and then put them together in a form for a specific audience. And I think that is what we can call as our own. Otherwise, I think a lot of ideas we take from different people, different books, different situations, and then we assemble them together, right? So I think it's been beautifully assembled. It's a great contribution. Thank you so much for thinking about us as the people who would, work on this event, and explicit expression of gratitude for thinking about us, and wishing you many, 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 many more books, Rajani.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rajani. I think you're blessed indeed to be the chosen instrument, even to manifest or to present what is already present in the cosmos. To be the chosen instrument itself calls for a lot of grace. May this become the best seller in the entire world. That is our dream.
Thank you.
So please do whatever is required in terms of marketing or whatever. The book itself, the content is extremely strong. But I think we also require some amount of packaging in terms of marketing and selling. I think Subbu will do the needful on that. And may you write more and more books, convert each and every one of your workshops, whatever you provide, into books, because these kind of books are required for everybody who's in that area. In fact, I was looking at why presentations. Where is that title? I found it indirectly in chapter number 30, which was last but one, where it says the key takeaway is it's not vital to learn any skill, but it is vital to learn what is relevant for you. So if your current role involves, I'm reading it out, teaching a concept, convincing your stakeholder of an idea, selling a product, persuading someone to accept your view, then presentation skills are the most relevant skills that you should acquire. If you apply this, I think each and every one of us, irrespective of our age, gender, and the work that we are doing, I think all of us require presentation skills. Maybe not everything, but depending upon our context, we can always figure out what is relevant for us from this book.
Absolutely.
I think that's the biggest takeaway, and that's explained very beautifully in chapter number 30. So this was wonderfully presented. God bless you, Rajini.
Thank you.
And, you more and more success.
Yeah, and
thank you so much for choosing us and giving us the honor. Indeed, we are very touched.
Thank you.
And one point I was definitely looking for in the book, which I think is to be mentioned in any book on presentation or stories. The point is, a presenter or a trainer objective is not to share what he knows or she knows. That's not the objective. The objective of a presenter is to fill a void in the audience, right? I mean, it's not about demonstration of our knowledge. It's about it's about adding value to the other person. So is this talked about anywhere in the book? Because that was the first point that I really wanted to see. I was so pleasantly happy. I mean, very happy to see the topic on audience analysis audit and why it's important to understand the audience so that you can structure your presentation accordingly and so on. Brilliantly done. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Keep
Thank
going.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranga and Meena. Rajini, you want to say something? Rajini?
Yeah. It's a deep honor and with a lot of humbleness. Thanks, Ranga and Meena, for opening this book, launching this book. It's a deep privilege, and I feel extremely happy on your review, on your words. I mean, you've been a great source of inspiration for us in our path of touching many people. Thank you so much. I consider it to be a great honor. Thank you. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you, Ranga and Meena. You have increased our curiosity. Actually, I am feeling now I'll stop this presentation and go and read the book. Okay, the curiosity has been increased so much. We want to read the book as quickly as possible. Thank you for your great launch. Thank you so much. And next we are going to have a special talk from Mr. Kamal Nathan. Before inviting him, let me give a quick intro about Mr. Kamal Nathan. Kamal Nathan is a serial author. He has published 16 books. Sir, actually, I don't know whether I've read 16 books in my life. You already published 16 books, and already 4 more are ready. Is going to be published within a few more weeks. He's a past director of station director of All India Radio, and he gives a lot of motivation speech to students now. During his director tenure, also he does a lot of motivation talks in All India Radio. It's a privilege to have you here, sir. So over to you, Mr. Kamal, for a few words. Sir, we can't hear you, sir. I think, can you please unmute? Kamalan, sir, we can't hear you. Yeah.
Are you able to get me?
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you, Subbu. Thank you for the nice introduction. Dear Rangaji, dear Subbu, and my dear Rajini, and dear viewers, my kind greetings to all of you. I find a great pleasure in participating in the book release function today. Let us all welcome Rajini's Magical Presentations book, a new arrival in the world of books. I feel great pleasure in informing that I attained blissful mirth in writing books on self-confidence, motivation, and self-esteem subjects. I have authored, as mentioned by Subbu, 3 books during my 36 years of AIR service. Only 3 books during my 36 years of tenure in AIR. After retirement, in these 8 years, I have written and published 13 books. 4 books are yet to be published. I feel more pride as an author of 16 books and then director of AIR, calling me director of AIR. I feel more pleasure in calling me as an author than as director of AIR. The eternal happiness and delight which I derived as a writer cannot be described in words. Now, let us come to Rajini's contribution to the world of books. So, presentation skills are the most important tools to get a true value by the people around us. Understanding this fact very well, Rajini has brought out this book with all and full details of a good presentation. Taking the magician as a very good presenter, he proceeds to mix magic and presentation in the right proportions. The 5 key elements which he describes in the very first chapter create a great interest in further reading the book. Small things make a big difference. Small things make a big difference is the main message he gives in the first chapter. It is the right truth which I have experienced in my administration in Akashvani. Even a peon can spoil all your big plans if he is not rightly instructed in advance about your big works which we have planned with due care and attention. I have invited a MP to All India Radio to deliver a speech at 7 p.m. He agreed to come by 7 p.m. I came down from my room, from the first stairs to downstairs, waiting for him in the duty room. The peon was not informed, the gatekeeper was not informed about this. When the MP came, he told, the director has left. Time is now 7 o'clock. No visitors are allowed. MP got infuriated and got angry, and he left. Everything is spoiled. Then I rushed to his house, apologized, and called him back to my studio. So, small things matter a lot is the emphasis he has given in the first chapter. In the course with excitement. He also emphasized the importance of taking the audience survey during the course, which will help you to modernize yourself as per their need. Totally, for me, this book is a treasure, which will help all corporates who are functioning with the necessity of expression in the daily routine meetings, and the intellectuals who want to get a due credit in the stage speeches in various occasions. Presentation and communication are the expressions of yourself. These are the display who is the greatest inspiration to Rajini always in all occasions. My wife, Tripura Sundari, joins me to congratulate Rajini.
Congratulations, Rajini.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
She is a celebrated RJ in Akashvani Coimbatore and an excellent presenter in radio. So she joins me to congratulate you in this occasion. And also I must appreciate Notion Press, Notion Press, who brought out this book in charming colors. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a great speech, very inspiring, and we can see the knowledge of the author talking. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate. Thank you.
Well, I also want to thank you so much. I mean, if there's one person who's always been pushing me to write a book, it's none other than you, Mama. So thank you so much for being an inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now let's spend time with the hero of the day. Okay. So before asking those questions to the author, let me give you a quick. I gathered through market intelligence, talking to a few people who know Rajini. Okay. So let's go through his some of the key things which we know and we don't know about Rajini. So during his school and college days, Rajini is very, very passionate about teaching. Okay, so he used to teach to a lot of his friends, and a lot of people cleared their subjects because of Rajini's teaching. That's what they told me. And he's very, very fond of football. He's a great football player, and he got the Best Outgoing Student of the Year award during his engineering days. Excellent, Rajini. And he also wanted to become a professor during his college days. He told that he wanted to become a professor. And one more thing I'm not going to share with you. Okay. One more thing I'm not going to share with you is he's a heartthrob of many girls during his college. I'm not going to share. So that's about him. And from college, when he moved to his career, he started his career with Satyam Computers, and he moved to SAP Labs, one of the very reputed company. And there he has been asked to become director and lead the entire program in UK, in United Kingdom. Okay. But Rajini is very passionate about living in India. He politely declined that offer. Okay. So many of us will not do that, but he declined that offer and he decided to stay in India. And he was in a fast track growth program in SAP Labs. He used to get a 5-on-5 continuously for many years, and because of his high performance. And before he decided to quit his job in SAP Labs, he was about to become vice president, but he told, I want to become an entrepreneur, impact people. And he has already impacted more than 20,000 people. Training, my friends, 20,000 people, and that is across India and also some countries like Dubai and Singapore. And as a trainer, I'm privileged to work with him on many programs. High work ethics. Okay, he revised continuously. What else I can add? How else I can add value to the program? Very, very committed. And if you give something to him, you can find, and he will take care of that. He will do it to the best of his ability. Many of his customers continuously give programs to him. I don't know any company which has stopped working with Rajini. When they work with Rajini, they again and again they come back to them. Qualcomm, Adobe, SAP Labs. These are marquee names who work with Rajini for many years. Okay, and this is on his personal side. Many of you who don't know that he's very philanthropic. He used to do a lot of programs for kids. He recently started an initiative called Bridge, which he calls personal social responsibility. It's running for last 2 years. Rajini, is that correct? 2
Yes.
years.
Yes.
2 years. And is educating a lot of kids along with the help of the community. He is taking that extra time to make it happen. And he also got some awards for his social work, which he never told to the world. Fortunate enough to witness that in person. And with all these things, presenting our star for the day, Rajinikanth, and I'm going to ask him a few questions, and then I'll open. You can also ask him some questions. Rajini, are you ready?
Yes, Subbu.
So, Rajini, what is the purpose of writing this book?
Okay, the purpose of writing this book, two things. One is mean, I read a nice book by a person called Robin Sharma. I think many of you would know about him. The name of the book is called Who Will Cry When You Die? It's a very powerful book and made a lot of impact in me. I mean, what will happen after you're not there? I mean, as a trainer, I go and train and I do a lot of interventions. But then when I'm not there after the point in time, where will this knowledge go? So this book, I want to really contribute to the entire world in terms of whatever I have gained, it should be really passed on. So that was the essence behind writing this book for a long time. And this book, in fact, close to about 265 workshops I've done only on this topic called magical presentations. And this book is everything about it. So anybody can take this book and start presenting, start becoming a great storyteller, start a completely new training program on their own. So whatever I know, I've given 100% on this particular book.
Excellent.
That was the intention. Yeah.
Excellent, Rajni. And Rajni, what is the journey of the book? When you started writing and how long it took? What are the hurdles? What is the journey of the book from the author's perspective?
Okay. The journey of the books goes little more years before. So what happened was when I was working with the SAP, my father-in-law, Mr. Kamal Nathan, who just spoke, he's been a great motivator. He said, I mean, you've been in SAP for a long time. Why don't you convert your experience into a book? So my first book was because of his push. Push means it's not a normal push, you know, really, really strong push. I wrote my first book called All the Best. The name of the book is All the Best. This is primarily for people on how do you attend interviews, because I was doing a lot of interviews when I was working in SAP. It was a small, handy book. So that's my entry into that author's, den. Then my second book was a book in Tamil called as Vetri Oru Payanam. So this was a book which was published by Kumaran Padipagam on life is a journey and not an end. So this is a book about 120 pages. So that was the first Tamil book as well. And then now the magical presentations, which I want to write for a longer time. I've been not able to write, but thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic, I had some time and I want to really make this time useful. So I thought I will write and publish this book.
Excellent. Thank you, Rajni. And Rajni, knowing you do a lot of programs. You do leadership program, you do time management program, project management, thinking big. You do a lot of programs. Okay, so any of your program can be converted as a book, but you chose magical presentation as the first one to be converted. What is the special reason about that?
Okay, this book, I thought this will be useful, especially in this current trends, when everybody's working remotely and the whole presentation is going to be more on remote. This is a skill which is very, very important, especially technical and functional people. They're very good in what they do, but they find difficult to really express your point of view. So I always say there is a big difference between telling stories and the storytelling. There is a big difference between knowing an idea and communicating an idea. There's a big difference between a student preparing for the examination and writing the examination. And finally, the world only looks at what has he written in the examination. So that end point is very, very critical. So I thought it can be a great contribution, and not only for technical, functional people, for management people. In fact, I've done programs with diversified organizations. And this framework, which I've actually communicated in the book, can fit easily into any domain of work you are in. Even for a teacher, I think even parents, the power of storytelling is very, very important. In fact, I just want to share a small thing. So last time I went to my friend's house, he had a small daughter, and he told me to tell something to the daughter. When I told the daughter, she accepted. So my friend was really shocked. He said, whenever I tell the same thing, my daughter is not accepting. But when you tell this, your daughter is actually accepting it. So all I did was tell that same message through a story. So I think storytelling becomes very powerful as parents, for each one of us as teachers or as professionals. So all these factors are included as a part of the book.
Okay. So Rajni, that brings me a question. So as a husband, if I have to convince my wife on a certain idea, do you have any tips in the book which I can use and convince my wife using the presentation techniques?
In fact, I'll go a little before that. So when I wanted to marry my college sweetheart, who's my wife right now, that I had a 10 minutes discussion with my father. It was a closed room, I still remember. And my father is a very, very tough person. And so he was asking me, is it really required? Should you marry? So I told him 2 stories. And after that, she said, okay, you can marry. So then I realized the power of storytelling then, and then I'm using it everywhere. Definitely, Subbu, I think every day, each one of us, without even realizing that we are influencing people. So this book is not only for professionals, I think for each one of us, and for especially married people, because we convince each other, we influence each other every day. So definitely, if you're married, please don't forget to pick this book.
The message here is, if you are married, please pick the book. If you are not married, to convince your lover, please book the book. So whether you are not married, please book the book. That's a message Rajni is conveying. Thank you, Rajni. So Rajni, we understand the journey where it started. Okay.
Sorry, Subbu.
Subbu, since I read the book, I think I'm going to answer this question. Chapter number 26, handling difficult audiences tactfully. And please don't make it as wife, okay? How to handle your spouse. Don't say wife.
Fortunately, both husband and wife will read the book. Okay. Thank you, Meena, for that.
So crucial conversation will become never-ending conversation then.
Okay, great. So, what is the story behind the word magic? How the word magic came into the picture, Rajni?
Okay, fantastic. Magic is, when you see some people talking and presenting, it looks like magic. You're so mesmerized by their talk. And when you see some people presenting, okay, you just get the knowledge or information. And thanks to my mentor here, Mr. Ranga sir, who introduced me to actually magic. So I've learned some magic along with him. Magic has been used as a powerful entertainment medium, but I'm trying to use magic as a very powerful educational medium. So whenever you see a magician presenting, you're all mesmerized. A magician is nothing. He's just doing a presentation, right? I always say this in my workshops, the difference between a trick and a magic depends upon how a magician presents that trick. So the presence word is the underlined word here. So in fact, when I decoded how a magician is actually presenting, I came up with 5 important elements. And then I decoded many of the world's greatest presenters like Steve Jobs and many others. And they are also following the exact 5 elements. And then when they mapped, all these 5 elements were beautifully overlapping. And that has become the framework of the entire book, which I was sharing. So can we really present like a magician? Was the thought behind this word, magical presentations.
Excellent. Excellent, Rajni. Excellent to hear that. So you told about Steve Jobs. Like, who are the great presenters you admire the most? Like, wow, this is a great presentation. He's an amazing presenter. Who are the people who admire the most in terms of presentation?
Yes, 3 of them. One is Steve Jobs. I use Steve Jobs presentations techniques a lot in my workshops. Second is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Very simple but very powerful in terms of how he's communicating. And third is my mentor Ranga sir. I think I've been every time influenced by his presentation, and I consider him to be one of the greatest presenters. The techniques which I've mentioned, lot is what I've learned from him. So these 3 people have been my role models on presentation.
Rajni, Steve Jobs, Abdul Kalam, and Ranga sir. Excellent. So, what is the one book which made a huge impact on you, Rajni? One.
Okay. One book which has made a huge impact on me is the name of the book called Go Giver. It's a very powerful book. It talks about the power of giving. And I'm a very strong believer of the power of giving, because what goes around comes around. And after this, my entire perspective towards life has changed. So it's a very powerful book called Go Giver. And second book which I want to refer to is the Robin Sharma's book, which I mentioned, which is Who Will Cry When You Die. It's a very powerful, small book, but extremely impactful.
Excellent. Excellent. So Rajni, I know many people who want to write book. Okay, I know people who are saying that I want to write book, and they're there for many years, 3-4 years. Something is blocking to them. So you have overcome that, and you already published 2 books, and now you have published your 3rd book in a much bigger way. So what is your message to those people who want to write a book but still they are finding it difficult? What's your message to them?
Yeah, can you share that one slide which I've shared with you, Subbu? Probably I'll set the context and then you can share the slide.
Sure.
One, book writing is very boring activity. I think as authors, Subbu, you yourself is an author of more than 3 books. Mr. Kamalnathan sir is an author. Book writing is a really boring activity, number one. Second, it's a very monotonous activity, because you have to really be so much motivated to write some pages of the book. You don't know about the results of the book. And you require a lot of discipline to really write the book. And because of this, believe me, 5 to 6 years, I just postponed book writing. Okay. Two things which made a huge impact on me is an interview by Virat Kohli, especially after India's participation in the World Cup semi-finals. Okay, when they interviewed him, they asked, what's the secret of his success? All he said is one thing. He said, consistency and success is nothing but repeating the same things day in and day out. It's actually boring. Working out in a gym for longer time, doing any skill development is actually a boring task, and consistency is boring. And he says, it's very tough. And only because it's very tough, only because it's very boring, only few people are able to become successful. And Virat Kohli says, for me, one of the important takeaways is I want to be really consistent and disciplined in whatever I do. And this made an important mark in me, saying that, oh my God, if I'm not writing a book as a trainer, I think it is a shame on me. And so I gave all my efforts, became disciplined. So this was one of my changing moments. And second is my father-in-law used to always say that even when we are not there, I think when we all talk about leaving a legacy, what do you mean by leaving a legacy? Is it just going for a work and coming back? Or is it accumulating wealth? No. Living a legacy is how the world will benefit when you are not there. And the knowledge which you have got should reach many people. I think these two were really prompting statements for me, which made me write this book. And the question is, if I'm able to do it, I think each one of us can definitely do this.
Excellent. Excellent answer, Rajni. Really, thank you for that. So, Rajni, what is the difference between being a trainer and an author, right? When you train on people on magical presentation, your mindset will be different. When you're an author, it's a one-way communication you are doing. How did you adjust to that? Okay, so both are a little different, right? How did you adjust? What is the difference you felt?
Yeah, the only motivation factor is it benefits a lot of people, whether we communicate in a training or when you write a book, both the purpose is going to be the same. Only the mediums are actually different. And second is, I think there's something actually missing without an author aspect of it when I'm not able to write a book. So I thought that will also add a lot of value to people around. Yes, author is more of writing and trainer is more of talking, which is completely paradigm different. I want to really develop that skill, Subbu, where I want to really develop my writing skills as well. So that was one of the important aspects why I also became an author. In fact, in this book, as Meena beautifully explained, I would have spoken about skill development is not important. I think everybody develops skill. Skill is not important, but developing relevant skills is most important. So I thought as a trainer, as a leadership expert, developing a skill of an author is also very critical. So that made me motivated to write this book.
Excellent. Excellent, Rajni. And Rajni, what's your plan for the next book? Any idea? You already started?
I've really not thought about the next book, although I have 2-3 ideas. But the idea is every year, at least I want to make an attempt to write one book from this year onwards. So at least every February, March, I'm planning to write a book. Publish a book. But very soon I will tell everybody, my family and friends are all here, what is my next book.
Okay. So Rajni, you in your first page of your book, you have dedicated the book to your father, late Sri Krishnamurti, and you have told that he molded you on being a confident individual, right? Can you just give a few words about how you made you being a confident individual? Like, what are your experiences?
Yeah, I think very, very nice question, Subbu. So I think what we are as a child is what when we become when we are an adult too. So when you look back, it was all connecting the dots. So when I was in my school, my father used to really take me to many of the speech contests. He will write it for me. He will put all the efforts. He will take me there and make me participate. And the exposure he had given, I think primarily more from the extracurricular activities. I think that gave me self-confidence, that built self-confidence in me. And I thought when I was expressing my views, when I was talking, I thought that's my passion area. And that's how I want to become a teacher or a professor, which also in the college, which I wanted to do. So the basic, the foundation of what I am today is because of the foundation which was laid by my father, Mr. Krishnamurti, who passed away about 10 to 15 years back. So my complete gratitude to him for laying a very strong foundation, because if you would have not laid it, I'm sure I wouldn't have been in this particular position.
We understand that, Rajni. Our gratitude to him as well. From the audience, you have any questions? Few questions to the author here. Either you can unmute and ask, or you can put it in the chat box. I can ask for you. Anything is fine.
Subbu, Vijay here. Many congratulations. I want to know that when this podcast also is getting released.
Rajni?
So Vijay, podcast, it is just on, in the work, in progress. So probably very soon. Yeah, right now it is only the book which is available in Amazon and Flipkart.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajni. Thank you.
Any other questions, audience?
Rajni, one question from me.
Yes, sir.
Which is your preferred time and place to write for the book?
Yeah, a nice question, Arul. So being at work from home for the past 7 years, in fact, after I left SAP, I've been working from home. So no other better place than home. So my room, a small office space is where I write the book. And timing, probably I'm an early riser. So I would always prefer to write a book in the morning where there's no disturbance around. So at home and the morning time is my favorite time and place.
Hi, Rajni.
Hi, Sripad.
Hey, I just want to congratulate you. And actually, the book is in action as you are speaking. I don't have to say something more about the book. And, you know, I was in the midst of a class, but I couldn't stop the temptation of, you know, coming live with you.
Thank you.
Right. And I think I have seen Rajni doing a lot of workshops for us. And I'm from Adobe. And most of his workshops have also motivated me, and some of the things we did together also sometimes, right? And I think the clarity and the passion and the on the dot, the message that he wants to give is very much pre-programmed. And coming from the software background, I love such people because, you know, people who want to communicate on IT should have worked on IT. Okay, so his presentations have not just been theoretical tips to do effective presentations, but well, you know, supported by the technical depth, technical know-how, and that's how I could see a lot of sync between me and Rajni, because I also come from the technical background and passionate about learning and development. So thank you, Rajni. Congratulations, and may you write many more books, and let me know online how do I get this book to my table.
Sure, Sripad. Thank you so much. It's such a honorable moment for, to see you as a part of this forum. Thank you so much. I've been learning a lot from you as well. So friends, Sripad heads the learning and enablement for Adobe, and it's been a great mentor. Yeah, thank you, Sripad.
Thanks, Rajni. I will log off now. I need to start another class at 7:15.
Sure,
Bye-bye, all of you. Thanks, Chandramouli. I think you're doing a wonderful job on taking this book through. Thank you so much. I think I should know about you later. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Audience.
Hi, Subramaniam.
Thank you.
Chandramouli. I'm Krishna Kumar here.
Sir.
Me and Rajni worked at SAP Labs for several years, so I know him more than a decade. It's great to see this set of people, Rajni, all the well-wishers around. Each one has a lot of impact, especially Ranga sir has been a great mentor to all of us, to Rajni, to myself, to my boss. So Ranga sir has been a great motivation to all of us. So, of course, we were all in the management team sometime a decade back. And suddenly then Rajni comes up and says, I'm taking up a different career path. And then after a few years, he comes out colorfully with so many training topics which are new, which we have never seen. And then now it's a new phase, basically coming up with the authoring of a book. So I find this person coming up with new ideas and new ways of dealing things and all that. Very inspiring and a lot of motivation to all of us. An ever smiling person, first of all. So you will never find Rajni in a bad mood and saying something out of context. He would always be in a very cheerful, smiling face. I have interacted with him a lot. At this point, to the interest of all, I will just close my talk with a small story. There was a king. The king went for a hunting to the forest. He was caught by a lot of tribal people. So the tribal people were trying to cook the king and eat him up. So he was tied to the ropes and all. He was to be rescued. At that time, 4 people came to rescue the king. So the 4 guys fought with all the tribal people and rescued the king. The king was extremely happy. So he asked the 4 people, "What do you want? So I can give anything for you. You have saved my life." The first guy said, "There is a nice muttu mala on your neck. I want that." So he immediately took it out and gave it to the first guy. The second guy said, "I don't have a food to eat and I don't have a job. So I need a job." So he said, "You are a brave man. Tomorrow onwards, you come to my palace. You will be the chief security guard. So anybody who needs to meet the king has to first meet you. Then only can come inside." Then the third guy said, "I don't have a place to live. So I need a place to live." So the king ordered the minister, "Immediately make an arrangement in the palace street. The biggest house should be this guy's house." So he was also very happy. The fourth guy said, "I am fine with whatever I have. I am a citizen in your country and I am very fine with whatever I have. I'm fine." The king insisted, No, I want to thank you in some way or other. Ask me something." So he said, "I don't need any specific need, but since you are insisting so much, I'll ask a very simple thing. You are a king, I am a normal citizen. Will you come and dine in my place? Will you come and eat with me on my dining table? Will you come and eat with our family? So my wish is you should come at least once in a year to my house." The king said, "Okay, fine, let's do it." So 1 year went. The next year, same day, the king said, "I'm going to go to his house and eat with him." 10 days before itself, all the ministers came. They said, "The roads are all not okay. Lay the roads, so much of garbage is there, remove it, put lights there, put gardens there." Entire street was made like a different street. The king came, had a nice feast at this place. So all the royal chefs were asked to come there and they cooked a delicious food. It became a big event. The next year, king again came back to the same place. At this time, all the 18 villages around decided to celebrate this as a big event. So he became a star and the king was really happy how people enjoy his visit. So the last year he said to his daughter, "There is a nice event. It's a fest. Everybody enjoys. Because of one guy, you should come along with me." King brought his daughter. Both of them had a nice food. The daughter found that guy very charming, just like Rajinikanth. She said, "Let me marry him." King said, "Fantastic. Both of you get married. He is a very brave guy, very nice guy. Get married." Within 6 months, what happened, God alone knows. That fellow, the king, died in some fever. They were not having a next guy for the throne. Immediately, this guy was asked to become the king. So the summary of this is, the guy who wanted the mala still stayed with the mala. The guy who wanted the job is now the chief security guard for this fellow. The guy who wanted the house was staying in the same house on the palace street. The guy who wanted nothing actually eventually became the king. Okay. So this is a very beautiful story on people who don't look at benefits, reaps, fruits, etc., but just keep going in their journey. They don't bother about they have goals, they have bigger visions, just march forward, and fruits, fame, laurel, money, everything follows them. One such person is here. I wish him good luck, and I want him to write many, many stories like this, many, many books like this. And this is a fantastic evening. Thanks for the time. Maybe I took a few more minutes, Sorry about that, but I wish you good luck, Rajnikant.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, KK. Very, very inspirational as always, and very happy that you were able to join this event, KK. Very
KK, so nice to see you after such a long time. Amazing. This is Ranga here.
Hey, Ranga.
Okay. So wonderfully done. Yeah. Wonderfully done, and let's meet sometime. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wonderful.
Thank you, KK, for that lovely story. Thank you so much. Rajni, any parting words before I hand over the floor to another powerful person?
Yes, I think before you hand over, Subbu, just want to thank you for hosting this event beautifully and powerfully. People who don't know Subbu, Subbu is an international sales trainer. He's authored 3 books. Anybody can sell. If you Google, I think you will come to know more about him. He specializes in sales interventions, in sales programs for, I think, top class executives. So that's Subbu. He didn't introduce himself, so I want to make sure that he's known to all of you. Subbu, a very powerful show, and thank you so much for that. And I want to thank one more person, and the person is my wife, Indu. She's been a great support throughout. I think in anything I do, when I say I want to leave a job, she says, okay, I'll be with you. When I say that I want to write a book, she says, okay, I'll be with you. So I think for every aspect of mine, she's been always with me. Thank you so much, Indu, for all your support.
Okay. Yes. Rajni, friends, if you think Rajni is magical, let me introduce who is super magical, and over to you, Indu.
Am I audible, Subbu?
Yeah, Indu.
Thank you, Subbu. Thank you so much for that great introduction. So, good evening, everyone. This is a very, very, very special moment for all of us, especially in our family, and feeling so very happy at this special moment. First and foremost, on behalf of the entire family, I would like to thank Ranga and Meena for having graced this particular program, this memorable evening as chief guests, and also for launching the book so beautifully. So thank you, Ranga, and thank you, Meena, for doing this for us. You've been always a great source of inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much. And special thanks to Ranga, Meena, and my Appa, Kamalanathan, for their few words on the book, Magical Presentations. It was very, very beautiful indeed. Thank you so much. And special thanks to you, Subbu, our dear friend, a wonderful host of the evening. You made this program very, very, very interesting. And it was a lot of fun having you hosting the show, Subbu. Thank you so much, Subbu, for doing this for us. And thanks to Surya for his beautiful voice, for his beautiful prayer song. So you were wonderful, Surya. Thank you so much for that. And last but not the least, a big thanks to the entire circle of family and friends who have joined us today. And you have ensured that this event turns out to be one lovely memory for Rajni. And I'm sure he's going to cherish this moment for life. Thank you so much, all of you, from the bottom of my heart, for joining this program in this evening. So thank you, and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks, and over to you, Subbu.
Thank you, Indu. Friends, really happy that you all are here, but please buy the book and give the book to a lot of people. Okay, we know that Rajni has written a great book, but that's not enough. We have to write comments for him in Amazon, comments for him in Flipkart, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Promote the book. Let a lot of people get benefit out of this. You can buy 10, 20, 30 books, or you can start gifting. Okay, a lot of birthdays comes, anniversaries come. It's only 200 rupees per book. So gift it to a lot of people. Let them know how to do a magical presentation. Husband can gift it to wife can give it to husband. So many ways we can gift it. Okay, so please start buying. Rajni will share the link in this. Rajni, please send the link to WhatsApp message to all the people who attended, and I request, please buy the book. Okay, thank you so much. And I request each one of you to please stand up for the national anthem. I kindly request each one of you.
Thank you so much once again. Thanks a ton for thinking of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you who have joined, family, very close friends, people who are very, very close relatives, people from the professional industry, from many companies, SAP and Adobe and many other companies, my brothers, sisters, everywhere. I think it was a really a touching moment for me that you've given your time for this whole function. So with deep gratitude, thanks to each one of you for having joined this particular function. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I request everybody to please stand up for the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Kiran. I see your comment. Thank you, Surya. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, everyone.